Good morning to you on Friday the 20th of March. Good job I've got my calendar there because I never know what date it is. How is everybody today? I hope you're well. I am feeling good this morning. I had a good night's sleep. Just had a shower and got dressed. It's 8:05. Yeah, I slept a lot better last night. Still woke up at 6 o'clock and didn't put the news on. I've decided that I'm now going to limit my news to, I find the Prime Minister and his associated colleagues, the broadcast that they do at 5 o'clock, I'm building that into my day, and I find it quite reassuring, and, you know, no political slant whatsoever, but just listening to how I find it comforting and reassuring, and I get my news that way. So that's kind of good. That's how I'm going to get the news from now on, I think, and try and give everything else a bit of a swerve. Also going to try and limit social media a little bit because that's making me feel a little bit anxious as well. So I'm going to try and limit that today. Anyway, plan for this morning is I am just doing my eBay parcels. It's an eBay posting day today, as I didn't post yesterday. I've sold a few bits and pieces, not loads, but it is still ticking over at a very low level, that's good. It's nice. It's a little bit comforting to know that some money is still coming in, and I am still going to carry on listing, as I said. So yeah, I'm just on my eBay parcels. Bizarrely, William is up. He woke up in the middle of the night with an idea for an app. He's got that entrepreneur brain, a bit like his father, and he had this idea for an app, which he jumped into bed with me, onto the bed with me, and told me all about at about 7 o'clock this morning. So he is up and about. He's just made himself a bacon sandwich, and we're going to go for a walk after I've dropped the parcels off, just out to the countryside. No human interaction with other people or anything, but just for a nice walk around local lake, which I've shown you before. But yeah, that's our plan for this morning anyway. So I'm going to get on with sorting out the labels for these parcels and catch up with you in a bit. One of my little rituals, excuse the state of my bedroom behind me, one of my little rituals in normal times is just after Ashley goes to work, I come and sit here at my dressing table and I put my makeup on. It's about 8:30 in the morning, generally, when it's about that. It's 9 o'clock now, actually. And it's a ritual that I've carried on through these weird times, because let's face it, times are anything but normal at the moment, aren't they? And I just find a lot of comfort in continuing with something that's the same as normal. So I think that's quite a nice thing, doing something that's the same as normal. Just pondering on that thought, so I thought I'd share it. I'm wearing today this little Clinique palette, eye palette on my eyes, unsurprisingly. It's these lovely shades of sort of grey and taupey mauves. And let me see if I can get that near the window so you can actually see. And I really like it. I feel like these colours really suit my eye colour. Yeah, I don't know if it's got a name or anything. It's Wear Everywhere Greys, it is called. I got it from Glambot, which is a site based in the US, which is very gently used makeup. I've got lots of eye palettes from there, which everything I've had from them is literally almost as new. I haven't had anything that you could even, they've maybe been swatched. Some look as though they haven't been touched at all, but really, really pleased with the quality, and they're cheaper than obviously retail price, so that's really nice. Win-win. So yeah, I love that. I'm really loving the Clinique one at the moment. Watching a bit of Lex on YouTube. That's the other thing I always do when I do my makeup, is catch up with a YouTube video, and today it is Lex. It's quite an old one, actually. It's 24th of Feb. Not old, but, you know, not very recent. But that's quite nice because it's before all this stuff happened, so there's no mention of it. So it's just a little bit of normality in the day. I only put this hairband on for the purposes of moving my hair back while I did my makeup, but I'm actually quite liking how it looks. Oh God, I just twisted my leg round the wrong way. Oh, that was painful. My poor arthritic knee. It's alright, it was only a momentary thing. Yeah, so I quite like the way it looks, so I decided to keep it on for today. Been to the lake, and I just want to show you the swan asleep in his nest over there. I can't see because I've got my sunglasses on. Let me move. Look at him, bless his little heart.
Oh, you're afraid of swans?
Well, not if they're that far away. Oh dear, that's very blurry, isn't it? I think I might be on the wrong settings. Hang on, I'll turn you off for a sec. There we are, he's refocused now. Bless him. It's very, very quiet here. I thought it might be busier with people walking their dogs and stuff, but it's super quiet. And what are you all quacky ducks quacking at? Good morning, ducks. What noisy little duckies you are. Now if that isn't a nice calming peaceful view, I don't know what is. Is that a nice calming peaceful view?
Yeah, it's alright.
Your enthusiasm overwhelms me, Will. Yes. It's actually quite chilly today. I'm not feeling very warm, but it's nice to get some fresh air. We've spotted a very unusual looking duck. I'll see if I can get a close-up of him. No, he's going in the other direction now. Oh, there he is, look. Anybody know what type of duck that is? 10 points in the comments if you can tell me what type of duck this is. Very unusual. Very smart looking though. I just managed to do a whole segment and not film any of it. So let's try again. Forgot to press record. We've been for our walk. We popped into B&Q very briefly and bought a massive thing of compost to sow our seeds, the vegetable seeds that I showed you yesterday. The weather's brightening up a little bit. I think we might see a little bit of sun. It was nice to go for a walk. It was nice to get some fresh air and listen to the birds, and that was nice. It wasn't as calming as I would have liked. I am struggling a little bit today with I'm regretting every single dystopian fiction book I've ever read and every post-apocalyptic TV series I've ever watched. I'm getting lots of those sort of thoughts cycling through my mind, scenarios and stuff, which is not helpful for anybody, is it? I'm trying to tamp down on that a little bit and just keep myself calm. There's no point thinking about it. It's pointless. It hasn't happened. It's in all likelihood not going to happen. It's long term. It's not, you know, just calm down, control what you control. It's like the serenity prayer is a very good one, isn't it? And although I'm not a religious person, I like the words that God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And yeah, that's good advice, isn't it? I'm trying to adhere to that. So I've made myself a nice milky coffee in my all the single lattes with an inappropriate apostrophe, this mug. But I like it because it's pink and grey and speckled. And I've got another bagel, the same as I had yesterday, with garlic and herb cream cheese. Shouldn't have taken a mouthful of that while I'm talking to you. Apologies. Hold that thought, caller. Right, that's better. I've swallowed it now. I'm going to sit here, drink my coffee and eat my breakfast and go through some emails. I'm going to transfer yesterday's footage off the camera, make a start on that, and I'm going to make myself a very gentle to-do list for today. I think I've got some jigsaws to list in my storage cupboard on eBay. And so I'm going to find those, and sorry, I'm reading emails at the same time as talking to you, so distracted today. I'm going to find the jigsaws, hopefully get those listed, and I need to do yesterday's video, and I want to watch a film this afternoon, and then I'm creating my list that I talked to you about yesterday, good comforting films to watch, and I'm going to go through it with you, and you can share some of your comforting films with me this afternoon. No, not this afternoon, in the comments. Very distracted. Gonna drink my coffee. Good. afternoon. No, I've already started this vlog. What am I doing? It's 20 past 12. Haven't got very far. I haven't done my eBay listing. I have transferred all the vlog footage and I have done my emails, and I've just put out a little shout on Instagram. I thought it might be a nice thing to do if anybody wants to have a chat, or just asking how everybody is and if everybody feels okay, because it's okay not to be okay, isn't it? So I thought I'd leave that open, and I'm around most of the rest of the day if anybody wants to chat, so I thought that would be a nice thing to do. I'm just going to dig out these jigsaws now, and I'm also going... I turned the camera on for a reason. I can't think what it was that I was going to say. Oh yeah, I know what it was I was going to say. Trying to use my tumble dryer a bit more. A bit less. I feel like I've been using the tumble dryer so much this winter because the weather's been so blimmin' awful, and I am trying to use it a bit less, and hopefully soon the weather will be nice enough to dry everything outside. But what I've been doing is sort of putting stuff, all the underwear and everything I dry on a rack in the spare bedroom, and that dries within 24 hours, that's fine on there. And then the other big stuff I put in the tumble dryer and get it out while it's still damp, and then it all sits draped over my central thing, which does make my lounge look like a Chinese laundry, but that's okay. There's loads of air circulation in here because it's a nice big room, so it dries off. That will be dry by the time Ashley comes home from work, so that's all good. And it just does cut down a little bit on use of the tumble dryer, doesn't it? Which reminds me, I need to go and get my wash out of the machine and put away yesterday's wash off the can't think of any words. Drying rack, that's one. I've already said it once in this segment, so you'd think I'd be able to retain the word for that long, wouldn't you, really? Just dug out my pile of jigsaws to list, and this is one of them, and I think I'm going to keep this one as well, because it's a nice colourful one. I feel like that would be a fun one to do. Hello. Come out from under the table. Are you off, are you? I think Ron wants something to eat. Shall we see if we can find you something? Right. Where are we? There we are. Just exporting yesterday's video, because I still haven't managed to do it. It's 16:07. I am going out shortly. I'm popping down to Ashley's office with a bottle of fizz for the staff. Ashley's office, I should probably explain this, Ashley's an estate agent for anybody who doesn't know, and he has an office with 6 staff, and they have been since Monday closed to the general public. They've stopped all viewings and valuations and external appointments before any other estate agent in this town, I might add. So they've had basically a locked door. Nobody's been allowed in, and they haven't been going out to appointments, so they've been all sitting in the office all day. Yes, there is probably a probability that I shouldn't go out and see them, but we have to. It's important to keep the morale of the staff up. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Obviously, this whole thing. I've been in much more than I would have been normally, as we all should be, and I have been into the office a couple of times and seen the staff over the course of this week, and I think it's important that we show our appreciation, Ashley and myself, as much as we possibly can. And it's obviously an uncertain time for everyone. I'm very mindful that I don't want to say too much about anything that I shouldn't say, but I feel like it's an acceptable level of risk for me personally to go down there and sit with them and have a glass of champagne inside a locked office, bearing in mind none of them have been anywhere all week apart from inside a locked office, or at home. But now I've clarified that, I've been putting together this list of films, comforting films that I want to watch. I got the idea from Lauren and the Books from yesterday, her and her partner David talking about their favourite films, and I thought I'd put together a list of my own. I've got a great big blimmin' list here of all sorts of films that I want to rewatch. I've also got a list of films that I want to watch for a first time, which reaches into over 200, I believe, which I keep on the Rotten Tomatoes website. I use that to put for a wish list, but perhaps I'll talk more about that another day. I'm sure we're going to have plenty more days to talk about plenty more things, but this list I've just put together, and the ones that I've highlighted on here are the 10 that I want to share with you. I don't mind sharing more of them with you another day, but I thought I didn't want to make this too long today, so I've got 10 to share with you guys. And I've also looked up on the website justwatch.com, which I find really useful, which I think is also available in other countries apart from here, because it asks you to confirm your country when you log into it. Justwatch.com shows you where you can access things to watch. It's TV series and films, and I find it really very useful indeed. So without further ado, let me go into these four. The first one is Bridget Jones's Diary. I loved that series of films. It's light-hearted, it's entertaining. I loved the books first, and then I loved the films. I remember being absolutely shocked that Renee Zellweger was going to play Bridget, and I think she actually did a really cracking job of it. And the later films, not as much as the original ones, but certainly the first two I'm definitely going to rewatch. And the first one is available for free if you have Now TV or Sky Go, and it's available to rent on Amazon, the digital version, for £2.49. The next one on my list is Top Gun. Actually, no, yes, yeah, let's go down that way. Top Gun. The new Top Gun film is coming out this year. At least I think it's supposed to be. I hope it still is. Who knows in this crazy world we're in. But I loved the first Top Gun film. It's in my top 3 films of all time, Top Gun. It's got men in uniform, romance, motorbikes, planes, a bit of and comedy, light-heartedness, some serious stuff. It's got everything. It's just an absolutely brilliant chick flick. Even Ashley quite likes Top Gun, actually, but don't tell him I told you, because he doesn't like to admit it. And I have Top Gun on DVD. However, you can get it on Now TV or Sky Go for free at the moment. It's you can't rent it on Amazon, but you can buy it for $5.99. Digital version, or you can pick it up on Blu-ray for $7.99 on Amazon as well. So that's the next one on my list. Third one is, I don't think I'm going to get a holiday this year, this summer, which is fine. I'm only kidding. Obviously holidays are absolutely not a priority at the moment, are they? But yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a holiday this year, so what better than to watch Mamma Mia? It's got music, it's got ABBA, it's got romance, it's got sunshine, and it's got Grease. What is not to like? Bloody love a bit of Mamma Mia, and the second one as well. And that's available to rent currently on Amazon for $2.49. The next one's an oldie but a goodie. Legally Blonde. Haven't seen that for years. I really want to watch that again, so I'm looking forward to that one. And that one is available currently for free on Netflix. Next one's an oldie but a goodie as well. Dirty Dancing. Who remembers Dirty Dancing? Hands up. I absolutely... Am I saying absolutely love a lot? They're all films I absolutely love. That's why I'm sharing them with you. Yeah, Dirty Dancing. She carried a watermelon. It's got Patrick Swayze, it's got dancing, it's got a bit of 50s vibe in it, it's got holiday camp. What is not to like there? Great news, Dirty Dancing is currently available free to watch on Amazon Prime and on Netflix. So guess what I'm going to be doing tomorrow afternoon? Yes, I am going to be watching Dirty Dancing. Another very oldie but goodie. I remember this coming out, I was at middle school. Grease. I don't need to say anything about Grease, do I? Danny, Sandy, brilliant soundtrack. Romance, Grease lightning, car racing. Rizzo, loved Rizzo. That is available on Now TV or Sky Go to watch for free if you've got those, and it's $4.99 to buy on Amazon, not available for rent as far as I could find out. Next one is When Harry Met Sally. Bit of a rom-com. I love this. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to rewatching this because of the New York connection. I haven't seen this since we went to New York, and they also had a scene in Katz's Deli where Ashley and I went when we were in New York. If you haven't watched my New York vlogs, I will endeavour to remember to link them, the one with Katz's Deli in, up here for you. So that one's available on Netflix for free at the moment. The next one is The Devil Wears Prada. Another film that I really enjoyed watching. I think I've only seen this one the once, and I've actually read the book first, and it's one of those very unusual situations where when you've read a book first, then they make a film of it and you watch the film, that I actually preferred the film. Definitely The Devil Wears Prada I thought was much better in film than in the book, although the book is worth a read as well. But that one's currently available on Amazon to rent for $3.99. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, and I've got 3 more written down. Should we just go with the 3? We'll do 10 and a bonus one. Next one is Pitch Perfect, and if you haven't seen Pitch Perfect, there's also a Pitch Perfect 2 and a Pitch Perfect 3. The first one's the best one, but the other 2 are worth watching as well. It's just brilliant. I love it. It's music, comedy. Rebel Wilson, who I adore. What's not to like? Such a good film, and that is available $3.49 on Amazon. I think that's to rent. I haven't written it down, but I'm pretty sure that's to rent. Next one, last 2 in fact, are oldies but goldies. Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. Such a nice story. Always worth a watch. I saw that last year, but I'm definitely ready to watch it again now, and that's available to rent for $2.99 on Amazon. And finally, another of my top 3 films of all time, Thelma and Louise, Brad Pitt in his younger days, girl power, road trip. Ultimately a sad movie, but just so good. Just so good. And I've got this on DVD, but I don't know if it's because of the age of the movie. The soundtrack is just appalling. The sound quality is just really awful. But I was very happy to discover that that is available currently for free on Netflix, if you are subscribed. So that is my top movies. Now today's question, I want you guys to share with me and with everybody else in the comments some of your favourite films. They don't have to be comfort watches necessarily, but something that you would like to watch again, or you do watch again and again, or even something that you've seen recently and absolutely loved and thought it was great, that you'd like to recommend to us. Let's all share some of our favourite films so we can put a great big list together. And in fact, what I will do, I will compile a list of all of mine, including the ones that I haven't told you about, and all of the ones that you put in the comments, and I will put it onto a Google Doc or something that we can all access. That's a good idea, isn't it? Right, this clip is nearly 11 minutes, so I am going to stop. I'm going to go and grab the fizz out of the fridge to take down to the staff, go and have a glass of wine with them, and then come back in time for my Skype date with my mad family at 6 o'clock for another glass of wine. It's going to be a good Friday night, people, a good Friday night. It's not a good look. Not a good look, and also not a good light. It's about 7:30, I think. Ron is here. Say hello, Ron. Ashley is here. Say hello, Ashley.
Good evening.
How has today been? We're doing a final wrap up for the day. We've done a long vlog today, so final thought for the day. How was today? I think Boris did some good stuff, and Rishi, economy wise, they told us some good stuff in terms of small business and
what can I say?
What can you say?
What can I say? I don't know how many of you are involved in the property industry. Obviously, I've been involved in it for 30 years as an independent agent. Earlier this week, it looked like the major national companies that we work with were going to shirk any responsibility and weren't going to shoulder any of the costs we're going to incur in shutting down. Today the whole industry has come together. The majority of our suppliers have
It began to sound like an advert.
offered Well,
no, it's good though.
offered 3-month breaks on fees. That's going to allow us to keep all our staff employed and the business is going. I'm surprised, and I really got a warm feeling about the property industry, which I don't really have. I'm quite a cynical old git.
But I think overall, I feel like that's sort of not just the property industry. I think from the whole country, I really feel like people are pulling together. They've announced today that all the pubs are shutting and bars and restaurants and everything, and that's going to have a big effect on my sister-in-law. She owns a cafe bar. But I feel like there's a warmth of community like and everything as well.
It's like the Blitz spirit, and I'm giving a firm undertaking to everyone at the moment that as soon as the bars and restaurants and pubs reopen, they will have my full support.
And on that note, I think we'll finish for today. We have had a few glasses of wine, and it's been the most bizarre week, bearing in mind it's Friday night, the most bizarre Monday to Friday that I can remember ever, possibly the most bizarre Monday to Friday that we'll ever live through, I think. So we are going for today. We will see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe and well, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.